He's not going to be getting a title shot anytime soon if Volk is still around. So they did the same thing with the fucking Korean Zombie fight. They should have given him the Josh Emmett fight so that he fucking sends Josh Emmett to retirement. And now he should fight Edson Barboza so he can send him to retirement because if he's gonna kill off a division, at least fucking kill off the old heads. Give him fucking Alex Caceres after that because taking on the number one contenders is really destroying the division. I used to love Max, and I mean I still like him, but it's become a chore to watch him fight, even though they're still fun fights.
Great point.
We'll have you talk at his
good
funeral. Thank you.
All right. We're gonna move on here. That actually went well, real well for Scratch It or Bet It, so I'm not complaining, but we're a little behind here. Let's talk about last weekend's fights for a minute. Pretty soon, so let me plug real quick. CapMMA.com is our website. Best parlay tool around. We'll leave it at that. We go live 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Fridays, Sundays. Sundays is the review show. That's Rhino and Usman. They host that one. So we're not going to detail it tonight, but I always like to hit it a little bit. Man, I won't hit the whole card. I'll do it this way. Andrew, talk about a fight from last weekend.
Shit, I gotta bring it up.
You gotta fucking bring it up. We just watched it. We're goddamn fight fans.
Bro,
Khalil
kills my
Roundtree.
short-term memory, man.
Khalil Roundtree should have just retired Anthony Smith, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Hey, dude,
Thought we were
really?
done
That's
with
how we
Scratch It
fucking
or Bet
start
It.
this?
Thought we were done.
No. This is how we fucking start this card by shitting on Lionheart. We're really doing this right now,
bro.
Yo, he sucks, man.
Who shit on him? What the fuck did I do?
Wherever he's from, he's freaking. I'm glad he got knocked out.
But here's the interesting thing. He could have won the title back when he fought John Jones. That makes you wonder. It really does.
Nobody wants
He
to be.
could have never won the title back when he fought John Jones.
No, he won't.
What
But
are
at least
you
he'll be a champion.
Who wants to
bro?
be the champion that won by disqualification and the only person worse
Before
than being
Alex
Gary's
Jones.
wife? Like, come on, dude.
At least on your resume, light heavyweight champion of the world. Don't you?
Better than changing your name.
I suppose. He'd have been shunned out of the community. Usman, go ahead.
Nah, I'm with D, man. In retrospect, looking at his career now, I actually wish that he would have fucking taken the belt off of John. Just because, I mean, good for him. But two, it would have just been a funnier piece of John Jones' legacy. Like, his only loss is not a loss. It's where he mauled and destroyed a
Two
fucking guy.
DQs.
Two
And then he
DQs.
only lost the belt to a fucking guy that accidentally took a knee to the head.
So you know Joe's about to go off on you now, right?
12-6.
It would have made it
Oh,
would
there
have
you go.
made
He's gonna love
funny. It would have made funny fight lore for sure.
Connor J, go ahead.
I sort of agree. I don't really think that Smith has much more to fight for other than I guess getting paid. But the hopes of him ever fighting for the belt again are pretty much gone. So maybe it should be time to hang it up. I don't say that in any mean way. I actually like Anthony Smith. I've been a fan of him for a while. So
Yeah, no, I actually don't like him. That's what I mean. Or I actually don't dislike him. Like, I think he's fine. I think he speaks well. I like listening to him on the Bisbing show. I just, I guess I called it the Bisbing show, but believe you me or whatever. But
what about Roundtree?
Man,
Fuck talking about that bum got knocked the fuck out. What are we gonna do with Roundtree? Who you want to give him next?
You watch your mouth.
who you guys think?
All right,
should
you want to
fight
do a
next?
moment of silence for that?
Who you guys think he should fight next? We put up a poll. I think it's
Love it.
Rakic.
Yeah, I honestly think
Yeah.
he had that call out saying that he wanted Alex Pereira,
Fuck
even though
no.
he himself says he's undeserving. I think if he's really about it, he takes that Ratchet fight short notice. And I think if he were to beat Ratchet, I wouldn't mind getting him getting a title shot.
Wait, you're saying if Khalil beat Ratchet, you wouldn't mind him getting a title shot?
Yeah, no, not at all. I know Ratchet has been gone for a while, but that would be a 6 fight win streak, 5 knockouts, depending on how he beat Rakic. Six knockouts, and he'd be in the top five. Give him the fucking title shot.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I was making sure I had it right there. Connor, go ahead.
I think I guess if he beats Rakic, that'd be a pretty good win. But I don't think he's anywhere close to a title shot. I think that top of the division is kind of like top heavy. Like Jamal Hill is going to come back at some point and still want to fight for the belt. So unless he can slide in before then and take it from Jamal, and then you still have Yuri, and then you have Blachowicz, and then Ankalaev. All those guys are going to be vying for it as well. Khalil's not even in the top 10 prior to this fight. I don't think one win inside the top 10 will get him a title shot.
You're right.
Is he not in top 10 right now?
He
Really?
just got it.
He might be now, but he was 11. I'm pretty sure when he fought Smith, and Smith was only ranked
He's
8.
8.
Shout
He's
out to
8.
Shout out to Smith though.
The other big one, and I'm honest about it all the time. I have 2 autistic children out of 5, and so guys who deal with that fight always hold a special spot for me. So Steve Garcia knocking Costa the fuck out was a great moment. Man, that was a great fucking moment for me. Anybody else on any of them other fights?
Steve Garcia
Yes.
got
Yo,
me
Go
hey,
money
ahead, go ahead,
too.
go ahead. I know, go ahead.
I was just saying, Steve Garcia got me money too. I put that bet in before the one was canceled, so I was pretty happy on that. I really like him. I think he's got a lot of power. Surprised you got such a dog on that.
Raphael, I see you. You want to get on the mic?
yes, because hey, good afternoon, good evening to everybody. I think the main card of the UFC 296 in Las Vegas should be like really explosive, and even though that I'm trying to planning to I don't know to bet on the fights right now, but well, I guess it's gonna be like a really interesting. But I think that it's gonna be like a it's gonna be like a few upsets. It's gonna be like surprises. But I think that Leon Edwards should be like retain title against Colby Covington. But for me, I'm wrong about it. But I think that Leon Edwards had to be very careful about it. But I think that Leon Edwards should be retained the title against Colby in that event.
Yeah, we're pretty split in this room on it. We were talking about it a little
Yeah.
bit ago. We're definitely pretty split in here. Nobody's
I,
gonna tell you you're wrong, but you got a whole lot of guys in here that'll tell you you're not right.
Joe, I do have one fight just real quick.
Yeah.
Shout out to my man Tim Elliott, the wily vet, stepping in on short notice and just completely dominating Sumu Darji from start to finish.
I would
Love
just
it.
like to say, everybody that tuned in Friday, I don't normally just tell you it's free money, take it, bet it, Tim Elliott, clear submission. I told everybody. I did think it was going to be the RNC, not the arm triangle choke or whatever they called it. But yeah, that shit was writing on the wall. It was, man, sometimes it's just easy to see, and that shit was easy to see. I'm not no pro capper for it. Just sometimes as a fan, you're like, oh, that's how that's gonna go. That's just how I felt about that one. Man, Dirty, I see you down there just to say hello to you. Usman and then D.
Just real quick, who did y'all score the fight for? Iron Turtle or Muniz?
Iron Turtle won that fucking fight easy.
The fuck
No,
he
easy
did.
no,
easy.
no.
The
fuck
You
he
fucking
did.
rub and tug over in the corner
No.
against me in the cage, and I'll actually punch you. Which is who? At what point, at any time in that fight, was the Iron Turtle in any danger of being finished?
For the 5 minutes of the fight.
5 minutes of him holding on for dear life. He didn't try to choke him. There was no submission attempts. He landed less strikes. That is a lay and pray. He didn't do any. He almost got finished in the first round, and he totally won the third round.
He controlled the fight though. The whole
Then why
3
should
rounds.
anybody throw any fucking punches if all I got to do is bear hug you?
I mean,
The
I don't. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe you're right. Maybe they shouldn't.
So the only thing I'll say on this fight is I actually did bet on Iron Turtle, and I was watching the fight, and in my head I'm going, these judges are definitely going to give Muniz the fight. And then when they announced it, I'm like, "Yup, I fully anticipated that." I'm not even mad. I get it. I even had money on Iron Turtle, but I get it. Like I understand it. He completely controlled the fight, and Iron Turtle to me didn't land a lot of damage enough to overcome that. So I get why the judges did it. It makes sense.
That's how you want fights scored like that.
Yeah,
Listen,
that's
man,
my
what?
that's my
Listen.
only thing is that there's just such an inconsistency. Like the rules clearly state control and
Oh, I
octagon
agree.
control is last in the scoring category. But we don't have a consistency of fucking judging. Like for 3 weeks it'll be, oh, it's all damage, it's all damage. And then it's fucking just takedown control. And then when you look at the actual wording of the rules, takedowns are just a change of fight position, not actual effective grappling. It's such bullshit, man.
Oh, I wholeheartedly agree that it's inconsistent. I was just more
Okay,
so
you
getting
ready?
at like I just knew they were going to judge it
First
that way. But
round.
I agree with you.
First round. We have 13 of
Dude,
17.
no, we're not going to sit on this fight for 10 minutes. We
Oh
got to move
no,
on to
no,
something
no!
else.
Your boy's getting more
D, you got your
explained.
hand up. Go ahead, bro.
Another fight that was really darn cool was the Tatsuro Taira fight. Man, this kid is on a tear. I'll just say that are they rushing him too soon? No, he's taking his time. He's absorbing it a little bit, and I think with just a little bit more experience in the UFC, they're gonna give him maybe, if not his next fight, maybe the fight after, they're gonna give him like a ranked opponent, and let's just see who's gonna throw him in next. I mean, the flyweight division is pretty darn looking nice, but we'll see who is gonna be next for Tatsuro Taira.
I would not be surprised if he does not get a ranked opponent. They want to build an Asian phenom in him, in my opinion. So they're gonna, and we've seen them do it with other guys before, where you're like, why are they still holding him back? Why are they still holding him back? I think Tatsura is going to be that. I think he is going to get very favorable fights for a long time to come. I think he's got a lot of potential for the UFC's revenue, and that is how
Looking at
fucking decisions are made.
looking at the bottom like of the top 15, 14, and 13, currently right now it is Cody Durden at 15, David Dvorak at 14, and Sumu Darji at 13. I wouldn't mind seeing Durden. Durden's a great fighter for Tatsuro Taira. I would like that.
He's fighting this weekend.
No, after that's what I forgot.
No, but that makes sense in terms of timing for sure.
It does.
No, I was just stating it. I didn't.
It does. I mean, like the winner of the Durden fight. I don't know who Durden's fighting though.
They give him Suma Durji so that he can fucking easily tap him out.
No, don't give him Sumu. I don't know.
But also, they're not going to give him Suma Durji because Joe's right. They're going to give him somebody unranked so he can rack up another finish win.
Yeah, I need that free money, yo. Shout out Vinny, man, because he said free money, and yep, he was free money again.
Flyweight is such a stacked division right now. It's not even funny.
Hit them rankings on that YouTube if you can. Deb picks the UFC rankings on the Cap MMA site there. Pop them up on the screen. All right, I'm gonna kind of scroll past this card now, and and I do like to do a quick rankings review. We capmma.com, that is our website. Very handy line tools, best parlay tool around. Trying to get more props, but for now, we're the best money line and over under site. We got averages all over the globe broke down, and we have live rankings from the UFC, PFL, Bellator, One, headlines, the UFC leaderboards. It's all live stuff. So pretty handy when you're already at the board and you want to know something. We'll get more stuff up there. But in the rankings, I'll go from big guys to little guys, I guess. Light heavyweight, Johnny Walker's up one, Krylov down one, 5 and 6. And then Khalil Roundtree moved up 3 to number 8. Anthony Smith dropped 2 to 10, and Ryan Spann dropped 1 to 11. Man, Anthony Smith at 10 is very symbolic of his career because I don't think he'll ever crawl up past that
Well,
again.
and you're totally right. I do want to say, Joe, you forgot one thing about the website. It's free.
Oh, it is free.
There
Everything
you
on it is
go. That really
and
gets you
ad
guys
free.
going on there.
And ad free. No pop ups, no fucking prompts, no coupon codes, none of that bullshit. Like it's just for guys like us to use. Pretty soon we'll have a
It's
Patreon
for
up
the
there.
people.
I do a
For the
lot
people.
I do a lot of I do a lot of coding, but we pay for a lot of coding too. So there'll be a Patreon up soon enough, but that's not important right now. 155 rankings move, but that doesn't make any sense. 145 rankings moving doesn't make much sense either. Ricky Simone dropped to 13 at bantamweight by 1, but nobody moved up. How the fuck did he drop 1 if nobody moved up? Tajir moved up 1 to 12. Sumadarji moved down 2 to 13. I cannot believe Sumadarji is even a top 15 fighter. Matt Chanel went to down 1 to number 9, and Mokayev is up 1 to number 8. Why did they change? Why? For what reason did Matt Schnell and Mohammed Mokayev change rankings this week? Why? What fucking sense does that make?
Why are you trying to make sense of the rankings?
No.
And they don't even matter because you can skip the line somehow.
So I'll be honest, man. It is the media or a certain group of media guys that are in charge of that shit, and I think they should be outed for who they are because there's a lot of bullshit that goes on.
I'll tell you exactly who they are.
You know the 15 people? You know who they are?
I know a bunch of them.
Do you actually know?
Yes, Oscar Willis.
Okay, that doesn't surprise me.
Jose
Youngs.
Fucking what's the guy that runs the not the fucking not the Nelk Boy kids. What's the fucking kid that runs God
I don't
damn it.
think you're
It's gonna
getting
piss
these
me off
guys
that I
on
don't know his
space,
name.
are you?
No, but John Morgan's got to be in there, right?
No, actually, you're gonna be surprised with this, and John Morgan, ever since he's been, you wonder why he doesn't show up to MMA events or UFC events as much as he used to.
Yeah,
He had
excellent idea.
he had a falling out with MMA Junkie, and so since he left them, he's kind of had to rebuild his own brand into himself because
The Underground, right?
yes, because his brand was pretty much like, oh, that's John Morgan. He's with MMA Junkie. But now it's like John Morgan has to build himself. And don't get me wrong, he still gets credentialed to a lot of the UFC events. That's not what I'm trying to say. But he used to be the main guy because he was with Junkie. But now he's having to kind of do this whole rebuild. Because I don't know if you noticed, but John Morgan is doing like commentating. He's doing anything he can to
He's
like
the big guy,
almost
right?
build him as a
He's the
brand.
big guy that
Yeah.
Kobe told him to do 10 push-ups.
So, but I'll be honest, man. If you've ever been to a live event, and I'm not talking about like press conference where they're way in the back. I'm talking about like open workouts back when they used to do like the media scrums that you couldn't go like they used to do media scrums and you couldn't walk up to the fighters, but like you could see it. You could line up and you could see it going on in the casinos and shit. John Morgan is a fucking workhorse, man. You'll see in between open workouts or in between whatever going on, and you'll see, two guys working for, and I'm not calling anybody out, and I'm just making up this company, but two guys working for MMA Mania or two guys working for MMA Fighting. And in between, as soon as they're done, you see them start talking to each other. Because when the event's over, they'll go clip their content and put it all out, right? John Morgan is talking to no one. John Morgan is literally live. He's filming it, questioning it, filming it, editing it, uploading it, descriptioning it, all live right there in between every little thing. He's got 3 minutes coming up. That dude's popping out 2 little segments on YouTube. The dude is a fucking workhorse. He is like a standard, and to 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 see him not as involved as he used to be is heartbreaking. I knew he had the fallout with Junkie. I didn't really realize that he took the announcing gigs.
He does a lot of announcing for some of the underground promotions, like
I've heard him. I know, that's what I'm saying. I didn't really realize that was like to rebuild the brand, to compensate.
I think he's
I
been
guess
doing that
that's
for
no,
a
what it
while,
is.
though, hasn't he?
he's been doing that for a long
Yeah,
time, but he's trying to do anything and everything to just build him as John Morgan. So basically, like, uh,
be a next
there's
week
some
Thomas.
guys out there that do. There's some guys out there that get credentialed to UFC events that don't work for any outlet. They built their own brand. That's basically all he's trying to do. He has a brand as John Morgan, but he was so attached to MMA Junkie with everything he did, but now it's like everything he does now is for him per se, I guess. But the other name I wanted to name off, OG Shawnee Mack. Uh, I'm almost positive Amy Kaplan. Uh, I don't know if
Which
Alex
is
Behunin is, but I wouldn't be
fucking
surprised if
trash.
he's in there either.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Amy. I know a lot of people are, but I'm just not. Whatever. It is.
Hey, is
What's
that
the
Irish
Furio?
dude on there, Cade?
Which one?
Oh, come on, man. I
The
don't know
tall
his
guy?
name. No, no, no. He's the chubby guy. Um, Dude calls himself like an expert on the rule set and shit like that. Scoring criteria. He does a lot of scoring criteria breakdowns.
About Luke
MMA Guru?
Thomas?
Hmm.
No, no, no. He's an actual journalist guy. Shit, I'm gonna have to Google him.
All right, well, get to Googling.
Well, let us know there, pal.
Oh, Nolan King. He probably's on there too.
How the
Nolan
fuck
King.
did Nolan King get on there, bro? Nolan King's only even been doing it 6 or 7 years.
I know, but well, here's the
I used
thing.
to DM him on Facebook before he had any credentials.
I don't know for a fact that Nolan is, but I got to imagine that he is because he finished top 3 in Journalist of the Year for voting, and I think he actually won it, if I'm not mistaken, or placed second. So I guarantee you he's on there.
Yeah, but I'm not doubting you, but my understanding is those 15 people have been in place for several years now, and none of them have changed and none of them have left. That is my
Well,
understanding.
I'm going to tell you this much.
Sean Sheehan.
I know for a fact, out of all the people I just named, Jose Youngs and Oscar Willis are on that damn list. Oh, the other one, that's who's on it. I totally forgot about him. I guarantee you, Mike Bond.
That I could buy. So Jose Young's the only reason I would question it is that he is part of MMA fighting. But if you were gonna pick one person from that group that would be totally non-biased to the group opinions and do their job, it would probably be Jose Young. So
Yeah, I'll just give you some insight, and I'll never talk any crap on my colleagues. But when you walk into a media room and Jose Youngs is there, um, everyone in the media room is really chill. But ho- tr- let's just put it this way in a nicest way possible. He lets you know um, who runs the shit. Let's just put it that way, and I'll leave it there.
Bro, he goes to like damn near every event to cover that shit, no matter what fucking country it's in. I respect that guy, man. I do.
Yeah, I mean, some of that is he wants to live the life. They could just have correspondents do it just as easy for way fucking cheaper. So, he wants to do it.
Yeah, and one last thing on this, like MMA fighting, I know for a fact they do, but Junkie as well and Mania, MMA Mania, all three of those organizations pay their top guys really good money. Like Mike Bond, this is his career. He doesn't do anything else outside of this, and he makes a six-figure salary.
Oh, yeah, like, let's be clear. John Morgan was making that plus all travels by Junkie. Let's be very clear. He was at every event, and they sent him there.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah, like, that's not even a question. I mean, MMA Junkie is USA Today. Like, that's real life. Like, there's just a
Dude,
blog.
I remember.
of
Do you remember
fucking
Junkie
USA
before
Today.
USA Today bought it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, it was such a blast. They used to do the Sunday Junkie, so everybody would put in their like 2 cents and I don't know, like a page or a couple paragraphs. They had a cut line that you couldn't put, and then you would get a free membership to like some MMA magazine if you won it. And there was all kinds of like fantasy leagues in the comment sections down there that went for like years. It was a really awesome site back before like Facebook and all that was all big into the groups and stuff like that. So really amazing if you guys actually passed it back then.
Joe, it's actually funny because when you asked me if I knew the list of names or some of the people, the first person I was gonna fucking say that came to my mind was Ariel Helwani, and I had to catch myself. I'm like, no, that fucker went to log into his rankings app and fucking it told him that he got booted.
Oh, yeah.
God, he's a tool.
There's some guys. So there's a few guys I know are not part of that system because Dana White would fucking lose it. And he can act like he doesn't have anything to do with it, but Ariel Helwani is not one of those guys. Casey Leiden is not one of those guys. Jedman Shue is not one of those guys. It's just a
Joe,
few.
why do we always have to disagree on everything, bro?
Because none of them guys are part of the ranking team, I assure you.
No,
You know,
I just know you don't
actually,
like MMA fighting.
It wouldn't it actually, you know what, Joe? Now that I think about it, it honestly wouldn't surprise me if John Morgan's still on that list because Junkie can't say what he does when it pertains to that. So actually, I would
No, I would
actually say
assume
yes,
John's
he is a
still
part of
there.
that. Yeah, I
Yeah, I would
actually went
assume
back
he's
and thought
still
about
there.
that. I think he is.
Yeah, I would assume so. That's just an assumption. I mean, I don't know, Dick. That's just an assumption. Anyway, we've killed a fucking hour and a couple minutes. Andrew, you got fight announcements, brother?
Fuck, man. Let me run downstairs. Hold on.
Oh, hurry up.
And
This guy
I know
shows
you're
up
not
as the
surprised.
host and isn't even prepared, Andrew.
No, I was prepared. He always catches me with like food in my mouth or if I'm upstairs. Every fucking
Andrew,
time.
you're about as prepared as the San Francisco Giants were for free agency.
Bro, we don't have time for these low digs, all right?
All
Okay?
right.
Not all of us can afford 700 million fucking dollars, man. Yeah, let's start this shit. So, there it's been talked about, but it hasn't been officially announced in this space. But Giga Chikadze is out due to injury. So in steps Bryce Mitchell to take on Josh Emmett this weekend at UFC 296.
I'm taking Bryce Mitchell because it's just the recipe for the short notice upset. There's certain recipes. It's the
100%.
recipe for short. It's just the recipe for the short notice upset. Feel pretty confident in that, so I'm on Bryce Mitchell. Anybody else can disagree with me. I don't give a
I'm a
shit.
negative Nancy on Bryce Mitchell, so I'll tell you how much I don't think he's ever going to be a gold wearing guy.
The Earth is flat, fucker. It's flat.
Well, yeah.
It's flat, and the moon goes in circles, and the sun twirls around twice
Yeah,
a
and he
day,
also
and
didn't really have a
water
good,
flows uphill. Fuck
and he
you.
also didn't do very good against Dan Ige. He did beat him. I agree with the judges, and I scored it that way, but he didn't do it into the same amount that everybody expected him to dominate, or at least to finish Dan Ige, which I do understand that Ige is a difficult person to finish with all the decisions he has been in. He still got into some rough shape in that third round and things like that. So I still don't think it was that great of a win for Bryce. And then that was only 2 months ago. So has he really recovered? And is he ready to take on somebody who's got some more power? I think I know that the size advantage is in his favor, and I think that should play more towards him. I agree because he's a grappling submission fighter. I just think that he gets hit too much. I don't think his striking is actually very good. I think he depends on his wrestling quite a lot, but he's starting to eat too many punches. Yes, he has fought some pretty top contention, and so has Josh Emmett. They fought the same guy. He went 5 rounds. So I think he lands something. So if I do bet for Emmett, I'm going to go with the knockout just for better odds. But it wouldn't surprise me if we do get a decision win from Bryce Mitchell.
Cade,
How? Remind me. I don't, because I'm actually being serious about this. Like, I don't even remember. Is Josh Emmett? Does he have good takedown defense?
it's
He's a
okay.
wrestler.
College wrestler.
But
Yeah, he's a wrestler that got into MMA because he was a coach to MMA fighters.
Yeah, I just feel like I like Bryce too in this fight, but I just feel like if he can't take Josh down and hold him there, I think he could have some problems with Josh on the feet because I still think Josh has power, but I
Josh
like
knocked his
Bryce
ass out
personally.
on
I
the
like
feet.
Bryce.
Josh knocked him out on the feet, Cade. He'd throw that overhand and put Bryce the fuck
Yeah,
out. Bryce
that's
better get him down.
yeah, that's the thing. That's my only concern. If Bryce can't get him there and hold him there.
I feel
Yeah.
like we're all in an understanding with this fight. I agree. Moving on, we're gonna go to UFC Vegas 85. That's February 3rd, and we're starting off with a rematch, ladies and gentlemen, from like 4 years ago. We have the rematch between Molly McCann and Diana Belbita, with Molly McCann winning by unanimous decision the first time out.
What date is that?
February 3rd.
3rd.
You guys aren't excited for this? Are you serious?
Wait, I was actually looking at something on the site trying to reference what you were saying. You said Molly McCann and who, bud?
Diana Belbita.
So
I was joking.
So Molly McCann is a fade. I don't care what anybody says. Keep that in mind when you bet that fight.
So I'm actually gonna go on the other side and say that Belbita's the super fade. So
That's
yeah,
very
I would.
I
And
can't even argue. Hey, let's agree on this.
what's up?
Over.
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Bet me over.
The water's wet and
Moving
fire is
on, we
hot.
have Nate Maness. We've got Nate Maness taking on undefeated Azat Maksum, and this will be at flyweight 125.
Great. What else you got?
We got Hanato Moicano versus Drew Dober. Ooh,
Bro,
banger.
that's a fucking banger. I'm not even betting that shit. I'm not.
What
Okay,
the fuck?
I probably will bet Drew Dober by knockout. I'm not.
Oh, don't lose your money. Come on.
Bro, how else is it gonna go? Just tell me, and I'm not challenging you. Just tell me how else it's gonna go.
This is gonna be like go to distance, Moicano, by decision.
We're gonna
Wouldn't
agree.
Moicano's good on the ground, right?
Moicano, Drew. We're gonna agree to disagree on that. What else
No, I'm
you got?
asking. I'm asking.
No, if that fight goes to the ground, Moicano does him.
Yeah, but you're not likely to get Drew over to the ground.
Well, that's why I said if. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, So moving on to UFC Vegas 86. That's the very next week, February 10th. Daniel Marcos, who just can't seem to fight for various reasons, he's been scheduled to fight Richie Lang.
Marcos and Arishi Lane?
Mm-hmm. I actually think that'll be a fun fight to watch, man.
Yeah, I'm not real high on betting it or nothing, but yeah, it's a fine fight.
Yeah. And then we have, speaking of, we've mentioned it, Dan Ige will be taking on Lerone Murphy. Interesting.
So that is on the rankings. Hold on, CapMMA.com, UFC rankings live. So Lerone is number 15 and Ige is number 13. And isn't Lerone one of the undefeated guys in the UFC?
He was until he got gypped on a split decision recently.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I think this is going to be an interesting fight because Dan Ige just wants a war, so he's going to be going forward. But then Lerone likes a clean fight, so I think whoever controls the pace will win the fight in this one.
This
I
has
think.
also got decision written all over it.
Yeah, I agree with that
Yeah,
too.
you can
100%.
put the house on that.
I agree. We will move on to the very next week, February 17th. That is UFC 298. We're going to start off with a heavyweight fight, Tai Tuivasa versus Marcin Tybura. And when he does, the fight is over. But if he can't get him down, he's going to get knocked out.
I think that knockout dream in everybody's mind is going to put the line that way.
Oh, I would put my money on Tybura probably, depending on the line. Especially, dude, if I get him at the dog money,
that's my
get the fuck
question.
out of here. Like that's.
So I think he's got to be a dog, right?
Every fight is different, but I feel as if Ty's got to get back in the win column. I said it earlier in the chat. I think Tybura would beat him possibly, but I don't know. I feel like Ty could maybe knock him out
I wonder
too.
if them
So,
both,
like you said, Andrew, but
them both coming off of losses, I wonder if that'll play a difference.
Cade, you kind of make a point because they could just kind of be treating him like Jessica Andrade, just kind of like that gatekeeper to get people up, but then you also got to give him a couple wins every now and then to keep that credibility going. This could be that, potentially.
That's the repo man, baby. That's
Yeah.
I don't know. But all I know is that if I just want Ty to win when I'm sitting in the crowd because I want to do a shoey.
That's disgusting, man.
I don't give a
I'm
fuck. I
about
wanna
to
it
do
for the
one right
petition.
now because it's just so much fun.
That's
No, but that's what
gross,
makes
man.
that's what's going to make a lot of people be on his side. I mean, the fan favorites get big. I guess I wouldn't be too surprised if he still comes out a dog because his last two losses have been pretty nasty. But you know, he is a fan favorite, and everybody loves knockouts and love guys that think they're going to knock out. That's why the lines are usually not too high for people like Derek Lewis and stuff like that. I mean, because even though they've lost a lot in the recent fights, they still put on, fan favorite shows. So I'm guessing the line's going to make it pretty close.
We shall see.
I think this is full level heavyweight. Anyway, go ahead.
We're going to move to the bantamweight division. This is going to be Merab Dvalishvili versus Henry Cejudo.
Man.
I know I don't really care about this fight at all. This
What?
awful.
I love midget wrestling.
here's
It's
my-
fucking awesome.
This is a wrestling match.
I got a fucking question. I have a question.
Joe has.
If the fight starts and Merab takes Henry down and out wrestles him, and submits him, is he an Olympic champion?
That's what I would call myself if I did it.
Me too. I'd buy a medal
Fuck
on the
yeah,
internet
I'd
and I'd
be
wear that
total
motherfucker
dick.
everywhere.
Total dick.
Too bad it's not
Yeah,
gonna happen.
all the time. Usman's seething mad over there. If he's putting his kids to bed and got us in his ear right now, he just swore at his daughter. And she's like, what? He's like, nothing, not you, not you. But yeah, I don't
Surprised we got crickets from him. We can
even
move on. I'm
like
cool with that. This fight sucks.
Nah, fuck all
No
y'all.
way it sucks.
When this fight
That's awesome.
when this
Hey
fight was first
yo.
announced, I said big fuck y'all to all of y'all. I've been the only one that's fucking rooting for Marab this whole fucking time, and fuck all y'all motherfuckers.
And fuck Marab too.
Oh, now your homie gotta fight your hero, bro. What you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? Oh shit.
Man, that's great. All right, so we have one more fight announcement for that card. And it was actually announced today, and I'm fucking pumped. And I know Joe is more pumped than anyone in here. But the queen, Tatiana Suarez, is returning. She's taking on Amanda Lemos. Ooh, baby.
Which officially dubs February, free money February, save your pennies, recover from your credit card debt from the Christmas season, just dump it all on Tatiana. Minus 500, minus 800, minus 1250. It doesn't fucking matter. It's safe. It's safe.
What?
Who said what? Tatiana Suarez.
That was
is
Zob
good.
Betts
That
over
was
here,
Zob,
my
bro.
guy.
Minus
Bro,
1250? Oh my god.
bro, I don't care how dirty it gets. You just take her. That was my point. So I actually think she'll open somewhere between minus 400 and minus 550. And I think she'll close somewhere between minus 700 and minus 900. That is what I actually think. Tatiana Suarez is going to get fucking hammered, bro. Anybody who watches this shit knows she is
I just
the
can't wait to see it
absolute
live.
best.
I like Tatiana's the next best thing in women's MMA.
Oh fuck yeah, she is. That's gonna be the in a few years if she can keep her back healthy. In a few years, that's gonna be the one they're gonna be like, oh, she could have beat such and such. You know, you're finally gonna see the generation gap there between the women who retired and the next great ones. And Tatiana is gonna be one of those next great ones. I'm sure of it.
I disagree.
You want to
Disagree with
elaborate
what?
on that? Or
Yeah, I mean, like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? I
No, that's
disagree.
it.
I'm
That's
just
all I
Tell
got.
us.
That's all I
Tell
got.
us why. Tell us
That's
why.
all I got. That's it.
man, what insight.
he's
I
just
had a
being a dick to me
premonition.
today.
Thank
He's
you,
like,
Zai. Your premonition was beautiful.
All right. We have a few announcements for the next pay-per-view after that, March 9th, UFC 299. We're going to start off with CJ Vergara and Asu Almabayev. Asu Almabayev recently beat my guy, Ode Osborne, a few months back. He is a huge grappler. He's taken on Vergara, who's easy to take down. So I don't know. We'll see.
big mystery there, huh?
Shut up. We have missed three guaranteed things in life: death, taxes, and Caitlin Chukagian by decision. She is taking on Macy Barber. Ooh, I think that's gonna. I actually do think Barber will win that fight, and she'll get bumped up even more. Unless Caitlin just comes out and does what she fucking does, man. Who knows? This is gonna be
Barber
a
is
good
not.
fight.
I do not think Macy Barber can beat Caitlin Chukagian, in my opinion.
No.
No, I
Okay.
don't think she'll be able to take her down. I don't think she'll be able to climb her back, and I definitely don't think she'll be able to outstrike her when she can't take her down or control her in the clinch, or figure out how to get on her back. Caitlin will make Macy look levels below her, in my opinion. Cade.
Man, what did my girl Macy do to you, bro?
Nothing. I was saying Macy kind of fine before everybody was saying she kind of fine. I like Macy, but
Macy's gonna whoop Caitlin's ass, bro. If
yeah,
it's
how's she gonna
anything
do
like the
that?
Macy Barber we saw in the last two fights,
Yeah, what's she gonna do?
take her down like you just you just said you can't take her down. Elbow her in the freaking forehead.
I mean, I was just wondering. I don't know how you thought it would go. All right, so let's see here. Caitlin, shoot, this has got to pop up. Can't be too many Caitlin Chukagians out there.
Percent takedown defense, if that's what you're looking for.
Caitlin Shermanera.
UFC Wow, wow. Well, fuck her. It came up anyway. 54% takedown defense. She got taken down 3 times by Rebus, but won the fight. Got taken down once by Arujo and won the fight. Got taken down by Cavello and won the fight. Got taken
So
down
she got
once by
taken down 3 times by Rebos.
yeah,
Isn't that the girl that Macy just beat the shit out of?
Yep, plus 100. I got her at plus 100.
yeah. But Macy didn't take her down, and she took Macy down twice.
Joe, they're being fanboys.
I know it's okay. She do. She probably do got a nice butt or something, but whatever. What you got next, Andrew?
Another fight for that card. God, another. We got Mateusz Gamrot taking on Rafael dos Anjos. I'm not pumped for this one at all. I'm sorry. If anyone in here has been in here, you guys know I'm not a huge fan of Gamrot. I don't enjoy his style. However, they're both grapplers, so we might get a good grappling match, and I'm cool with that. I've got no problem with
Yeah,
There,
that at
boring
all.
fight of the year. I think
there's
you got a
ranks.
chance.
So there's ranks in that though, right? So Gamrot's number 6, and RDA is 11. Yeah. So what the fuck if he loses, bro? That's stupid. Whatever. All right. RDA is a title contender until he's 87 fucking years old. Cade, go ahead.
Man, I just wanted to say this is a really dope reward for Gamrot for weighing in as the backup fighter, thinking he was gonna get a title shot, and then he has to fight like 7 guys below him in the rankings, or 5 guys, however many guys it is. I just this fight doesn't even make any sense at all. I think Gamrot should beat him, but like this is retarded. This is one of the dumber fights they've made in recent history.
Usman.
This is the reward. They paid him, and now he
Yes.
gets to beat a former champion, and he's gonna
Yes.
make it look easy. It's gonna be on a pay-per-view, and that's just gonna extend the win streak. So yeah,
I
it
was
is kind
gonna
of a reward.
I was gonna say it, and I was like, nah, he called Usman. It is the reward. Hold on. We got somebody just got on the mic
Pancakes.
here. Pancakes, go ahead.
Nah, it's Cobelia. That's pronounced right. Cobelia to Portington. All right, for this fight, we're talking about the Mateusz Gamrot fight, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a reward because just like Usman said, yes, RDA was a former champion, but we're looking past like a prime, like a past wash RDA. And Gamrot, I really don't like Gamrot at all. I think his style is like boring, just like the other guy said. But it should be an easy win for Gamrot. I don't see him losing this fight at all. And if he gets past RDA, who are we looking at after that fight? He's number 6, and who's number 5 currently in that division in the lightweight? I know Armand's like 4.
Chandler.
Chandler,
So Gamrot has this
Chandler.
problem. This is the problem Gamrot has. Above him is Chandler, Sarukian, Poirier, Gaethje, Oliveira, Makhachev. He is getting none of those fights because he is fucking boring and the UFC is going to Beneil Dariush's ass. He's just going to be fucking old by the time they let him get any closer
On
to
top
it.
of that, Joe, he got dominated by Benil Dariush. You know what I mean? So imagine him fighting, and you can say he hypothetically lost that fight to Arman Sarukian too. People say it was 50-50, but I think he kind of lost that fight. So
I'm with you on
yeah,
that one.
so I just don't see Gamrot. It was funny enough how Gamrot was a backup fighter for UFC 290. What was it, 294? Right, that was hilarious. But yeah, Gamrot should win this fight, and yeah. After this fight, I really don't see Gamrot fighting any of the top fives, unless they do another Arman. I think they should do an Arman Sarukian Gamrot too. Honestly, I think that could be the next fight.
Not too bad.
It
All
probably
right.
will be.
We have 2 more fight announcements. One more for this card for UFC 299. A heavyweight affair. Curtis Blades, Charlton Almeida. What do you guys think?
Talk
Free
about it.
money, free money.
Easy money. Y'all guys better slam Johnson by submission. Making
Oh
money,
no,
boys.
I don't. I think I'm gonna do Jollington by decision again. I think I'm gonna just do that
So,
one.
do you guys think that Curtis Blades will win the 2024-2025 PFL tournament? Because I
Yes.
do.
Absolutely, yeah,
I
absolutely.
do. It would be great.
PFL. Come
Yeah.
on, dog.
Wait, did you guys already finish talking about the Tatiana Suarez fight, or was that up next?
Yeah, but you can go ahead. It's
No, no,
fine.
no, no, no. Come on.
No, I just want. I don't want to. I just want to see what you guys who you guys pick. You guys all pick Tatiana, I'm guessing, right?
You gotta
I
listen
tie
back to the
fucking bets
space.
up there.
Okay, yeah, we can skip that fight, but that fight's not that bad as people make it seem. You know, I think that's a pretty like from a women's fight, that's not that bad, honestly.
Listen, every time Tatiana fights, it's not bad. Like, I just want to be
Yeah.
clear about that. Every time she fights.
All right. So then we're talking about Jollington Almeida, Curtis Blades. I think Jollington gets it done. I think if Jollington beats Blades, I think we're potentially looking at Jollington versus Sergey Pavlovich next because and what?
And Curtis Blades is the PFL heavyweight champion. It's coming. I'm not being. I am fucking around, but I'm very serious. It's writing's on the wall. Curtis Blades is going to win $1 million fighting in the PFL in 2024. Cade, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I was on Curtis Blades the first time this fight got announced, and I think I'm on Curtis Blades again. This guy Almeida hasn't fought anybody who can. Hold on, baby. Anybody that can resist his like grappling. I don't think he can sit there and hold Blades down and not land any damage. I just don't see that. And the way that he just fought Derek Lewis and fucking held on to him and humped him for 5 rounds and didn't land any damage at all. I just don't think you can do that with Curtis Blades. And we forget Curtis is losing to guys who have power and can knock him out. Almeida's not knocking out Curtis. He's not. If
Oh,
anything, Curtis will knock him out.
I actually think Almeida can knock Curtis out, and I think after getting berated for his last performance, I think he actually does go out there and get it done.
Look, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I like Curtis, to be honest.
Cade, my only problem with that is that Curtis, this kills me to say this because I've been on him, and this is why I know because I've been watching him. Dude, he has not been smart lately in his fights. Like, his game plans are just so fucking dumb recently. Like, to go out against a guy like Pavlovich and you try to go and strike with him when you have a clear grappling advantage, it just doesn't make any sense. So it's like, if he fights Almeida and if he does the smart thing and stands up with him, he's going to knock his ass out, dude. Almeida can't strike for shit. He's garbage. But I have a feeling he's gonna fucking try to grapple with him, and I don't know, bro. Almeida's nice on the ground, bro. He's a crafty motherfucker.
No, he's
He
very
may not get you out with damage, but he is damn good at holding position. And if he can hold you down the whole fight, you don't win the fight.
no, he's very very good at. And one thing he's good at is his IQ on the ground, like his positioning and where he's at. But I'm just sitting here thinking, Like Blades is not he's a good grappler. He's not going to sit there and just get held. I don't think. Like you're going to have to land damage or do something because I think he'll be able to get up. This guy Almeida fought a bunch of guys that can't grapple, bro. Like they don't grapple. He's a heavyweight who's mastered grappling, and the guys that he's fought can't grapple. I think Curtis can grapple, and if he can keep the fight on the feet, I think Curtis whoops his ass.
I like Curtis Blades too. I don't know why. I just like see Almeida knocking him out. Like I'm a Blades fan. I just like the script is like I know the UFC script so heavy. I just see Almeida like just knocking Blades out for some reason. I don't know why. But
Connor,
yeah,
go ahead, bro.
it's a 50-50.
Yeah, I completely agree with Cade. Although Almeida like really dominated Derek Lewis in his fight, I honestly wasn't that impressed, especially when you had him on the ground practically for like 20 minutes out of the 25 and didn't do like any damage. It's just so he is so one sided. He's a specialist, obviously. His stand up is not good. Curtis is a far better stand up fighter, and he's a great wrestler. Curtis. So if the fight stays standing, which I think Curtis could keep it standing for a while, and even if Curtis does get down, a wrestler's first instinct is not to be on their back. So I think he would try his best to not stay down there and let Almeida work. But I don't think that it's going to be like Almeida's going to have to really work to keep Curtis down if he gets him down. And if he can't get him down, I think he's going to get his head punched in.
Usman, close this fight out.
No, all I say is that Curtis Blades hasn't fought anybody to the level of Almeida's grappling either. I mean, the closest thing you'll say is old man Alexei Olenek, and that was quite a while ago. Somebody that did get a takedown on Curtis Blades was Alexander Volkov. And if you remember that fight, Curtis Blades was dead fucking tired after 2 rounds having to wrestle. So if this goes on into the later rounds, for sure he's getting that neck snatched up. But he'll probably get his neck snatched in the first round, going for a takedown against Shelton anyway. So no need to worry about that.
All right, all right. We have one last fight announcement. I obviously saved the best for last because why wouldn't you, right? A UFC event to be determined later, but it will be March 16th. We just don't have the name for it yet. But the Jamaican sensation himself, Ode Osborne, will be taking on Jafel Filio. Let's get it going. Whoa. Whoa. I'm not tolerating this shit, guys.
Just
Usman,
Wait,
remember
go
Kev,
this,
ahead, bro.
did
man.
you wait, Kev? Did you guys talk about the Henry Cejudo fight already, or no? Or is that after?
Yeah, we did.
Who
Usman,
was
go
We
ahead,
that?
bro.
did.
Oh, my bad.
Man, y'all ain't bringing up the GOAT fight? Her fight just got announced as well, man. Kareem Silva versus Lauren Murphy, 299. Get your shit together, Andrew.
Who?
I'm kind of intrigued thinking.
Whoa!
Who?
Uzman.
Kareem Silva versus
Whoa!
Lauren
Wait a
Murphy.
minute.
No, Kareem Silva and
You
who?
said what?
Oh yeah,
Yep,
that fight got announced today. Kareen Silva's taking on Lauren Murphy.
the GOAT has returned, guys.
Oh, I
Get
didn't even
ready.
see that one, bro.
Smash that submission line.
I didn't even see that
Fuck!
one. Damn, Joe's pissed. He's like, fuck, my favorite fighter's going out.
Hey, don't
Fucking
worry, Joe. After this
old
fight,
Yeller
Lauren Murphy
style.
will only get cut and go fight for your favorite organization of the PFL.
No, listen here. Lauren's gonna retire in the UFC, and listen, I really like Corinne Silva, and it's Carini Silva, not Corinne. It's Carini, I believe, is how she says it. And it really sucks that I'm gonna see Lauren Murphy in a post-fight interview after she just got completely overwhelmed and choked the fuck out. God damn, bro. I like Lauren Murphy, man. I follow her on this Twitter shit. I've been talked about. I like her. This is bro, this is bullshit. Will on YouTube at some point said Macy is hot. We all agree, man. We all agree.
Yo,
All
speak for yourself, bro.
right. $20 says you lick her butt. I don't want to hear it.
If you ask Andrew, she's made of plastic.
Holy shit, I wasn't expecting that. That's all I got for
Andrew. She's made of plastic.
Macy.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like she has anything fake. She just, I don't know, man. Like her face. I will say, as of recently, her face has kind of matured a little bit, but I don't know. She just kind of has that little boy look to me. And
Andrew says because she's Irish.
yeah, she doesn't look like she has anything fake. She just, huh?
It's okay. A paper bag works, Andrew.
Listen. All right, so Blachowicz is out of the fight with Alexander Rakic. And Rakic wants Yuri to step up.
Nope.
Yeah, nope. That's how I feel. But he's calling for it. He's publicly calling
Kyle
it.
Roundtree should step up. I think Hill should step up to that one. That would be an
I
easy
would
top
love to
five
see
for
it.
Roundtree. Easy top 5 for
I would
Roundtree.
love to see it. If he could get that dub, he's definitely title shot after that. If he could get that dub, he definitely could say, I want a title shot. Definitely. Volk said to Ariel that if Eljo beats Max, Eljo is next.
Yeah, but Volk is not going to be champion though. That's the thing. That's the funny
Even
part.
if he is, Eljo came out after that and said he don't want to fight Max now. Like, I don't know what in the pussy is wrong with him. Why the fuck don't you want to go fight Max, bro? Like, go fight Max. You're not getting that Sean O'Malley rematch. You don't sell pay-per-views, bro. They got plans for Mr. O'Malley, and I'm not being mean. I like Eljo. I really sincerely like Eljo. I think he's like morally a good person, and that means a lot to me. But they're not giving him the O'Malley rematch. Sadly, the stoner, dickhead, swinger, doesn't always do the right thing guy is just gonna walk off like Connor did with Aldo's belt, bro. It's never coming back. Cade, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to say real quick, Kobilia, I hate to break it to you, but Alexander Volkanovski is going to teach Ilya Topuria why you don't step into a grown man's business. He's going to whoop his ass. And I hope this shit's recorded too, so tape this shit, record it, and remember I said it.
No, respect.
And know that he'll be back here.
Can I speak?
He'll be back here next Tuesday night if you need to come rub it in his face too.
Respectfully, Cade, you're an awesome guy. I see you're an MMA reporter and a journalist, but I think you got this one wrong, buddy. At the end of the day, I think Volk is washed up. He came out and said he was. I don't want to make jokes about it, but he said something about like mentally he wasn't mentally right and all that. I think at that time you can see like fighting is taking a toll on him. Like he's just mentally not there anymore for me. And I think not Colby, my bad. I think Ilya Topuria is gonna it's just gonna break him down mentally and physically. Because let's be real, who was the last guy that Volk fought that was a completely balanced fighter? Give me some names. It wasn't Max. Max Holloway is not a complete balanced fighter. Yair is not a complete balanced fighter. This is the most well-rounded fighter that Volk is going to come up against, and that's Ilya Topuria. I think Ilya Topuria is going to go out there. I won't say he's not going to make it look easy. It's going to be a war. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be a war. But at the end of the day, I think Ilya Topuria is going to catch him. Is going to catch him in round 4. Ilya Topuria round 4. That's what I'm going for.
How do you know that I bet on that already?
No, I didn't. I don't follow you, so
I'm just kidding,
I do
man.
follow
I'm just
you.
kidding.
But
I just totally agree.
the thing,
Connor J, go ahead, bro.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, I want to know what makes Volk now wash. Is it the one loss, the
It's
TKO
not
loss
wash.
to?
No, I'm happy that you called me out on that. It was not wash. It's just I think after that performance with Islam, he should have never taken that
Are you
what's
trying
it
to
called?
say he already peaked? Like, are you trying to say he already peaked? He's just on the way down.
No, yeah, I think he already peaked. For me, he already peaked. He's a good fighter. He has done that. I think he's one of the greatest featherweights of all time, in my opinion. But I think El Tapor is going to be is the next generation. I think he's going to go out there.
Can I ask one more question to you?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to know how Taporia, like, do you think he's going to win grappling, or how do you think he's going to win? Because if Islam had some troubles at times taking down Volk, how is Taporia going to take him down?
No, I never said
So that
grappling.
was
That's the thing. It's going to be in the striking. This is where Taporia shines and outshines his opponents. Is in the striking.
Wait.
Yeah, Taporia's a good grappler because he's from Georgia and he has that Greco-Georgian wrestling. But it's going to be in the stand-up where I think he's gonna outbox in class Volkanovski.
I think
And
if
we
you want to know how this fight is going to go watch the second fight between Islam and Volk and just replace Volk with Taporia. Connor J, go ahead.
That's crazy. That's
No,
an
wait.
insane
I
take.
said that wrong. I said that wrong because I hit the pipe. Replace Islam with Taporia. Did I say that right? I think
Well,
Taporia
you're saying that. Yeah, you're saying that the outcome
Taporia's
is going to be the same.
the
Well,
same.
the outcome
Taporia
ain't
is
going to
going
be
to
the
do the
same.
same
It's
thing.
going to be in a different round though. It's going to be the same outcome, but just a different round. I'm calling it
I,
right now. I'm calling it right now. It's going to be
I think
the way I see the knockout, Connor, is going to be body hook. It's going to be a hook to the body and an overhand to the face.
I
all
Which
right,
think
I think is
but
going to knock him
listen.
out.
If that shit happens, you come back in here and you say, "Remember that night I was in here and I told you it was going to be left, right, A B, select start." I just want y'all to know that shit was left, right, A B, select start. If it's body
30
hooks
lives,
and
baby.
then
30
internet.
lives.
All right. So Paulo Costa wants the Hamzat Chimaev fight again. Jesus Christ. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't even just okay, one day. Like Paulo Costa, I'm echoing who's unmuted. Paulo Costa is becoming the Dylan Dennis of the UFC's 185-pound division.
To be
Like
fair,
I'm
yeah.
so fucking
Dylan
sick of
Dennis is
hearing
going to
this
kill that
guy,
show, too, by the way.
He's been this way, bro. He's been that way.
Well,
bro.
to be fair, Joe, that injury that he had was actually a real injury. Like, let's be real. Like, I'm not a Paulo Costa fan, but that injury that he had to withdraw
He's
from that fight, that
asking
was a
for
real
the
injury.
Saudi Arabia card. Like, bro, just shut up and fight the first guy you can get. You don't fight no more. We just need to see you fight. Like, you get paid well. You get paid well, and you're not getting points. You're not getting points. You and Chimaev are not getting points on a pay-per-view, so just fucking go fight. Because this mythical fight, bro, this is the new Tony Nurmagomedov fight. This is the Paulo Chimaev fight is the new Tony Nurmagomedov fight. Like, it is. We're not gonna see it, and I don't fucking care. I just
Bro,
brought it up.
I've been here saying that he doesn't want to fucking fight. Now, while I agree with Kobilia about the injury, like, you can't fake that. That's a real injury.
Fuck
What I'm
yeah.
saying is, if it wasn't the injury, it was gonna be something else. I mean, that
And
he is the
he
fucking king of
posted it
pulling out of fights. He doesn't want to fight, bro.
and all that bullshit about I wanted to fight. I was gonna fight with the injury. Then why'd you put it on social media, bro? That's like being like, I was about to beat his ass till I told that cop I was about to do it. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, then I think there's no point of talking about Paulo Costa. Then I think we should just stop talking about him then, at this rate
Connor
because
J,
that's what
go
he
ahead,
wants.
bro. Go ahead.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of hard to uh, place Paulo Costa in a fight because he just doesn't fight anymore. He's so inconsistent, and the people that he has been fighting, like Luke Rockhold, is not relevant in the sport anymore. And then prior to that, he fought, what's his name?
Vittori.
Yeah, Vittori at 205 because he missed weight by like 1,000,000 pounds. So it doesn't even. He's not even relevant at middleweight anymore. And I'm starting to feel the same towards Hamzat. He's just like this dude that's wandering weight classes, can't make weight at welterweight, and then fought Usman at which wasn't really his fault. He was supposed to fight Paulo, but he pulled out. But he's like inconsistent in rankings and weight classes and whatnot. So both of them, I guess, are sort of perfectly matched for each other because the fight wouldn't really mean much in terms of like rankings. So, but I don't really think the fight would happen because both of them they're just inconsistent on their scheduling.
And because of guys like Jemiah Kings can never exist, and it will always be blamed on the UFC whenever somebody is writing an article and it favors that. But the truth is, the fighters in the UFC because there's no structure that forces them, like the Ali Act, which gives them freedom, but it actually forces boxers to fight other boxers of other rankings, even if they don't want to take a fight, even if they're like, no, I want some time off. Boxers can be like, no, bro, you got 8 more months to fight me, or I get your ranking and you drop. Like, that doesn't happen in the UFC, and I don't want it to, but that is just why meritocracy and the rankings to the title can never fucking matter in the UFC. Last one I got is Amanda Rivas is calling for the Carla Esparza fight at UFC 300. Listen to
Boring.
me. I don't care what the line is. That fight goes the distance is free as fuck. Like, that shit goes until
Has
forever.
Carla even been training? Didn't she just have a kid?
Probably. It doesn't matter. She's just going to go out there for 25 minutes and run around in circles. That's it. I mean, I don't know. I hate watching the Carla Esparza fight, but the overs are free money. All right, that's all I got on those. I got a few hot topics because we got about 45 minutes, and then we're out of here. Out of here.
Nope, out of here
Um,
now. See you guys next week.
you
Later.
out of here, Rhino?
Yeah, I'll see you on
Later on, brother.
Sunday. Come watch. I get to
Yo.
make fun of one guy that loves to be made fun of, and it's not Andrew.
Check out the
What
Sunday
what
Scares, guys. Get a name for
what
that,
time
Rhino.
is that one? 10 p.m. Sunday.
Yep, 10 p.m. Sunday Eastern time, depending on what time Usman's kids go to bed. So you might have to listen to me for a little bit by myself. He's not as good as I am in the dad world. Like, I score 100%. He's like an 85. But other than that, we're going to break down all the lines of the weekend's card, and we're also going to go over some results, talk about some of the little stats that Usman's been keeping track of. He breaks down some good things about lines with like split decisions. If it's below a 400 and you still go with the over, he's been watching statistics like that. It's been doing pretty good. So check us out on Sunday, 10 p.m. Eastern time. Have a good night.
This guy gives me shit for
Hey,
missing
listen, they do
one
that.
fucking event where his power went off. Fuck you, Rhino. Fuck you.
That's done on the Cap MMA page, guys. Rhino will just be on the host, or Usman will be on the host. Rhino, I'll be in there for sure Sunday. I don't know if I'll be on the mic, but I do listen, and I'll be in there for sure, brother. I'll see you then. All right, so I got a hot topic I want to get out, and then Andrew might have a topic he wants to hit, but I got a topic I need to get out here. So Miles Johns was suspended for 4.5 months for a positive drug test for fucking Trinibol for his fight in September 23rd against Dan Argueta. He got a unanimous decision. 4.5 months, and the W stands for fucking Trinibol. I can't even, like, okay, why don't they just say do steroids then? We'll give you a little time off that you're gonna take anyway. Like, let's be honest. He wasn't fighting before fucking February anyway. Um, bro, like, I cannot fucking believe that shit. Usman, go ahead.
Okay, first off, I was gonna ask what the fuck is Chernobol, but I'm assuming just a regular old steroid.
Yeah, it's an
And
anabolic. It's like a legit anabolic steroid. It's not a peptide or anything like that. It is a fucking anabolic steroid.
damn, so he stole a win off of the goat Argetta, and they're gonna let it stand. That's some bullshit.
And give him 4.5 months off, bro. Why don't you just say no suspension?
Yeah, I mean, so here's the thing, right? They should just kind of treat it like the Connor situation. It's like, hey, if you want to get out of the testing pool, do whatever you need to do to heal up, and then wait that 6-month period and pass all those drug tests for 6 months and you can prove you're clean at that point, then yeah, why not? Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, as a fighter, you got to realize you're cutting your career short by doing that because you're losing a lot of time. But I mean, if you want to make that decision, I don't see what the problem is.
Well, and like, here's my thing about it, right? Like, this all, like, I know he had already been suspended, right? But like, everything is finally just now getting settled, right? That it's 4.5 months, the W stands, all this, all that, right? That's retroactive too. It's not even 4.5 months from now. It's 4.5 months from the fight. Dude is eligible to fight in like 8 weeks. He could take a fight right now, do a full camp, and go make a bag in February at the end of February. Like, I just, okay, you just should have not suspended him. Like, that's how I feel. You should have just not suspended him then. You should have not made a fucking mockery of the system, and you should have not suspended his ass. And I feel strongly about that.
So I don't know much about that story. I didn't really read into it, but do you guys know why they let the win stand, even though he tested positive? Like, what the
No,
exception was?
so No, so actually, I found an article that did not say why they did it, and then so I Googled it because it was actually one that I found late. Like, I sit down for about 30 minutes before we open up the space, and I get all my shit in order, and it actually just came across like my feed. Like, when I open my browser before I get to Google, I have like this wall, and on the news feed it said that, like, I had knew about the suspension and shit, but it said the W stood. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I clicked it, and then I had time to try to Google it. There's no real elaboration that I can find as to why it stands, but the W stands 4.5 months for Trinidad, bro. That's that's you have legitimate steroids in your system if you have Trinidad in your system. That's what that is. So like, I don't I don't even fucking understand it. Like, what it doesn't, none of the articles mentioned like it's a picogram or no shit like that. Like, maybe it was, but that information has been yet to be seen, I guess, is what I'll say. Um Andrew, before I fire a few off here, did you have a topic you wanted to hit or a subject you wanted to hit?
No, not really. I will have one for you next week though.
All right, for sure.
Nothing
Uh,
I'm like dead set on, but
so because I know we're not going to hammer everything. I filled this fucking list. David Feldman, president of Bare Knuckle BKFC, was recently in an interview and implied that he would do the Dylan Dennis or the Jorge Masvidal fight because he thinks it would sell with Mike Perry. But his dream fight, and he says they're trying to lure him out of retirement. BKFC is trying to set up Mike Perry versus Robbie Lawler. Man, I am tuning the fuck in. I don't care how old Robbie Lawler is.
bro,
I'm
just
getting,
let the man live his fucking life, bro.
bro.
He's
Throw the man
old,
a bat.
man.
Throw the man a bat. Listen, I just watched him knock Nico Pierce the fuck out. Like, I just watched him knock him the fuck out. I was there live, bro. He knocked his ass the fuck out.
Bro,
So,
Nico Price is not Mike Perry.
I mean, I agree. So listen,
Nico Price has no dog in him like fucking Mike Perry does.
listen. If BKFC was 7 or 8 years ahead of itself, I'd have been posting how Robbie Lawler should have gone to BKFC a long time ago. He would have been the face. Mike Perry coming in would have been the big deal fight as Robbie Lawler goes out of the game type shit. I want to see it. I don't care. I want to see it. I do. I don't want to see Robbie with Parkinson's later, but I probably will as a result. But I want to see the goddamn fight.
See, this is why Tony still fights. Because his fans say this shit.
I know Dead Pix does all the time.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Like, learn from my guy, BJ Penn. Learn from him, bro.
Or you could learn from the fucking legend of Kukui.
Neil Magny says Ian Gary's comments almost cost him custody of his kids because he's currently going through a custody settlement, and the lawyers from the opposing side were bringing in screenshots of headlines, and even though Ian was just running his mouth, it almost cost him. I'm going to be very clear. I think Ian Gary is a piece of trash human being. Um, I don't care if someone brings him in this space right now and he says, I'll do an interview. The premise of the interview would be me interviewing him about him trying to prove to me he's not a piece of trash. I don't fucking like the guy. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he treats people. I don't like his perspective on things. So I put all that out there to say that I know that he is all over the headlines lately and he is unavoidable. I am actually trying to avoid it because I know I don't like him so much. But you cannot avoid him in headlines right now. Him and Sean Strickland were at the PI together. The UFC had to send in security to escort the two of them around so that they couldn't get near each other. Then Sean Strickland took to social media and fucking clowned him. So yeah, like I don't know, man. Like I'm fading Ian Gary. I'm gonna take a stab at it. This man is on social media more than the dudes in our chat, and you know the dudes in our chat are on them shits all day long, right? He's on social media more than that. He's making like miniature production videos to respond to fans, like the haters. The haters are fans. He is shook about his wife traveling and his daughter traveling with him. Ian Gary is a fucking train wreck right now, bro. I guess like my thing about fading him is how could you bet on that? Like even if I thought Ian Gary was the side, bros, I'd have to be like, I think I'm off of that. So I don't know, man. Um, any old way, I think what he did to Neil Magny is fucking shitty, and I brought it up just so I could fucking dog on Ian Gary. Whatever it is what it is. Fuck him. I don't like him. Michael Chandler thinks that Connor is trying to weigh him out, but he is dug in and waiting. Does anybody else think this is a mistake?
Could you repeat that?
So Michael Chandler says he thinks Conor McGregor is trying to wait him out, meaning if Mike takes a fight, Conor can go take a different fight. So he thinks he's trying to wait him out, but Mike says he's dug in and waiting. What the fuck are you doing with your career, bro? Go get a fight.
This is one of those things where I think the result will kind of will determine everything. So like if he holds out and it actually works, we're all gonna be sitting here going, damn, it was so smart of him to do that. He was persistent, he waited it out, and he got it, right? But if he doesn't get it, then we're all gonna be sitting here saying exactly what you just said. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? You're so stupid. Like it could go either way.
Personally, I think it's a mistake. I feel like Mike. So it's like the same thing I kind of felt about like Francis, right? Like you're holding out to get what you want to grab a bag, but if you would just go to work, and I don't mean to be an asshole, we all go to work. You know what I'm saying? If you would just go to work, you're a prize fighter. You're supposed to fight 2, 3 times a year. If you would go do that in the meantime, you would have made more money already than you're gonna fighting Connor. So like just I feel like when you're up there in the age and you're getting a little older, them guys really need to grab money. And right now all the UFC shit is new contract. So these guys are on their way out, and if they want to get this big dollar money, they got to get these fights in. That's really why you hear me talking about it so much is these new UFC contracts represent or reflect the new money that the UFC is making, bro. Fighters are making, even back in 15, not just Conor, fighters were making $1 million plus for the main events, bro. Fighters are making $3-4 million for main events, $2-3 million for main events right now. Mike Chandler is a main event fighter. Even in a fight night where he doesn't have to take such a dangerous fight, he's probably getting $1.5 million, man. Like, I just don't understand why he's not getting it more. Connor J, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't really understand why I get on why he would want to wait because it's the biggest payday and whatnot, and it could be a fun fight that really interests him, especially after he's already fought for the UFC title and whatnot. But Conor legit does not owe him anything, even after doing the Ultimate Fighter. So if he just decides to fight somebody else, and he can do that, like he's not signed any contract to fight Michael Chandler, so he could just get up at any point and say, "No, I'll fight somebody else." Then you just waste this entire time. And Chandler's not young. He's super in shape and takes care of himself, but he's got a lot of miles on him, and he's not getting any younger. So I don't know. In hindsight, it might turn out to be a good idea, but I don't know right now. It looks like it's not a good idea to wait out for Conor.
So I didn't bring this up earlier because I wasn't trying to detour on every topic so much. But if I'm being 100% honest, if Colby Covington beats Leon Edwards, Conor McGregor fights Colby Covington for the 170-pound title at UFC 300, and we never see him fight again after that, win or lose most likely. I really, really believe that Colby will nonstop call for it. Conor will take the bait. Colby is a smaller 170. Conor could stand in front of him. And I'm not a Conor guy. I'm not like, oh, I want to see Conor. I just think the reality is that will totally fucking derail the 170-pound division. Because I think them two go at it. I want to see Colby and Strickland go at it for the pressers and shit, but man.
So in order for it to be derailed, that means it would have had to already be on the track still. Dude, the welterweight division has been trash.
Fair, thank you, because I feel the same way.
I'm not saying the champion. I'm saying the division itself. Like it's been
no.
trash.
Yeah,
everybody waits out in this division and stalls the fuck out of it. It's been awful.
Yeah, bro. And imagine this, right? Just imagine the quarterly press conference. First quarter is Colby, Conor, and Strickland. Bro, you're talking about 20 million views on a press conference, probably, bro. Like them three motherfuckers. I'd be honest. I would be tuned in, waiting live for it to go. Like I would, man.
I gotta be honest, man. I definitely wouldn't be excited for that at all. You guys know how I feel about Conor at this point, but you make a damn good point, Joe. It makes business sense, so I could see it for sure.
Big business sense. Connor J.
Hold on, is that Andrew in the Joe account? What the fuck?
What's up, baby?
What up, baby? My connection is trash, bros. What you got?
Shit, nah, I was tripping out. Like, why Andrew on your account, your burner account? I'm like, hold on. I'm just tripping, but yeah, my fault. I didn't mean to cut Connor J. Yeah, do your thing, bros. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think the idea that Conor gets the title shot at 70, whatever, it's Conor. He's probably the exception to the rule. But if that happens, that would be an absolute joke, especially if, like, God forbid, Colby wins the belt and then his first, title defense is against Conor. That would just be so bad. It would be horrible for the division. It's not
Dana
good for
White
the
would make
sport.
that fight, though. Tell me he wouldn't make that fight.
Yeah, I mean, he shouldn't make the fight though. Like that would be an absolute travesty.
But would he make
there's a
it?
dude.
You've been coming in here for a while now. I'm asking you legit, would Dana White make that fight for UFC 300 in your opinion?
I'll answer that question, and then you answer my question after.
Fair.
I think Dana would, or he at least would, at least consider it. Though I don't
Okay.
personally, I don't think that it would be high on his list. But do you, Joe, think he should make that fight?
For the meritocracy of the rankings, no.
But no. In your opinion, not
Yeah, it's
thinking
prize
for
fighting.
like the
It's
company.
prize fighting, and it likely rivals the pay-per-view record with Nurmagomedov.
Absolutely, Joe, you are having a laugh. You think that would You think that would come close to 2 million pay-per-views?
Yeah, I really do. I think it would hit a
That's
million
insane.
five plus for sure.
That was at the peak of Conor versus Habib, are like two stars. Even though it was prior to like Habib maybe becoming the star that he was, but Conor was pretty much at the peak of his powers, or at least pretty close.
No. To be clear, Nurmagomedov was not a star. He didn't sell for shit. He was boring. People
But
did not
the
like him.
rivalry sold.
But Connor at the press conference sold the whole thing. And
And the
do
Connor
I
and the
think
Dolly situation sold as well.
yeah, that's very fair. That was a big deal. That was probably what sold the most, to be fair, now that you say that. But I think Connor and Colby, I think they sell very well. I don't actually want to see the fight, but if you're looking
Okay,
at the fight
good.
business and you're looking at what Colby's already talking about, what lines up to make UFC 300 massive, where Connor could slide in and grab a title because it's not 155. And it's probably not against Leon if he wins because he's a little bit bigger than Colby and a little bit too big for Connor.
Wait,
So
why is Connor shot at getting a title better at 70 than it is at 55? Neither of them are. He's practically,
winning,
when it comes to
winning,
like what he
winning,
deserves, huh?
winning a title. I said.
Oh, but okay, yeah, I guess. But like him versus Islam is a better. You could sell that fight sells better than him and Colby.
Yeah, but he
Yeah, but
loses
Islam would
faster
whoop
than
his
he
fucking
lost.
ass.
Yeah, he loses
Do we think
faster
that?
than he lost to
Yeah, but
Nurmagomedov.
like the idea that Connor wins either of those fights is pretty crazy. Plus, like if they're what the
So
idea is the what
I would say this. Colby Covington cannot knock Conor McGregor out. So Conor McGregor will have 5 rounds to try and sleep Colby Covington.
do you think
Uh,
Islam knocks Connor out? Do you think Islam can knock Connor out?
no, I think he can submit him. But based on Conor's takedown
Yeah,
defense
Colby can't submit shit.
against Nurmagomedov, I don't think Kobe can actually really control Connor and keep him down. I've watched in-depth breakdowns about Connor's success against Habib in that fight and how he was able to last so long in the clinches and the tie downs. And I don't think Kobe will be able to like crawl all over him. So I think Connor's best chance at winning a title is Colby at 170. It's just what I
Yeah, I
think.
mean
I don't
he
even
shouldn't.
want to see the fight,
Okay, good.
but 300
At
is
least we agree
coming.
on that.
300 is coming, and they're going to do some shit that we don't even like if they think it'll sell. So like, bro, 200 is coming, and the fact that, or 300 is coming, and the fact that that Dana won't even breathe a fucking word about it yet right now makes me feel like he's still holding his breath, waiting to see what happens somewhere.
I think, well, to be fair, one thing, and maybe this sounds crazy, but Connor's relevance in the sport, I think he still holds a lot of weight to the casuals, and maybe that's just what they're banking on. But I guess I'm just arguing that Colby versus Connor would not even come close. It would sell a million, and if they stack the card, if it's like for 300, it would do well. But if you're just selling that fight, it would do a mil probably, but that's
Connor
maybe a mil.
Connor probably sells 1.2 million on his own. To be fair,
Not two. 2 million is insane.
no,
Two
no,
million has
one
been
point,
done
no,
one.
no, 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 no,
Oh, okay.
1.2 million on his own against nobody. He sold like
Yeah,
1.2
but
million against or 1.3 with Cowboy or some shit. I think like
Cowboy
he sell.
is more relevant than Colby is. Colby is not relevant. Colby's not
Um,
a star.
he is though. I think he
No
is.
way. He is not a star. There's little and no evidence that Colby is a star.
Man, he's a bigger star than a lot of these guys. Listen, me and you are killing this one. Let's agree to
Sorry,
disagree.
my bad.
No. I know these guys got to sit here and listen to us when we get going, so I try to be considerate, bro. It was a great convo. I'm agreeing to disagree on that one with no hard feelings. Brock
GG.
Lesnar's daughter shattered the Colorado State shot put record. She threw 18.5 meters. Record before was 17.5 meters. The world record for women's shot put, to put this in perspective, is 22.6 meters by Natalia Liskava of the former Soviet Union, set in 1987. So, I mean, I don't know. It seems pretty far away. Like someone was building it up in a stat. Like, look how close this is. That's really far away. That's like fucking. That's really far away. That's almost 15 feet short. So, I don't see that really close. There was a boxing event, an IBA champion night went down in Dubai. Bro, them dudes got dough. Islam was there. Connor was there. Peter Yan was there. Connor and Islam were like 60, 80 feet apart. And bros, they must have guns out there too, because them two motherfuckers were sitting there real respectful and quiet. And they got Connor and Jan in the ring at one point and had them face off. Like Connor's facing off with a 135-pounder right now. Like I don't know what the fuck kind of cocaine he is doing, but he's having a good time. The point of that was though, Dubai has dough because it's pretty well known that the Middle East flies them guys out for those boxing events. When you see all the stars and the fighters ringside, um, they fly them all out. GSP shut down the rumors. He is not ever returning to the cage to fight. He may still get down on a little competition, so maybe some competition grappling or something. He shut down the Nick Diaz rumors. As a fight, he also shut down the UFC 300 fight.
These old heads should take notes. Take
Yeah,
notes,
bro.
fellas.
You know what he
Learn
said
from
too?
him.
You know what he said? He says, I always told myself I'd never fight when I was after 40 years old.
Smart
And
man.
yeah, and he said, I still want to maybe compete otherwise, meaning not MMA. He said, but his legacy means more to him than that. And at this point,
Beautiful.
all he could really do is hurt his legacy. You're
You know what's more
absolutely
important than
fucking
his
right.
legacy, though? His health. He's very smart.
Yeah, 100%. Plus, all them steroids he do, it's not like he could get in the pool, bro. Like, GSP is juiced to the fucking gills. Like, and he gets the good shit. And he must have a good doctor, too. Like, he must have a good doctor, but that man is juiced to the fucking gills. Usman, go ahead.
Andrew, will you shut the hell up about his fucking brain health? The dude thinks that aliens take him and steal him away from his house for fucking hours at a time, just staring at a clock. If you want to talk about brain health, I get it. GSP ain't the fucking best.
Dog, I swear that shit happens to me too, and I don't even get punched in the head.
Usman's
Well,
been
that
watching
pics,
some Joe Rogan shit, I see.
you're actually getting taken by aliens. GSP is just sitting at a fucking clock for 5 hours and thinks it's only been 15 minutes.
All right. So I got one more MMA deal, and then I got a little bit of boxing. So I'm glad D Baby showed up. We'll kick the last 15 or 20 minutes here on some boxing. Dan Henderson recently said he would have destroyed John Jones at UFC 151 had the fight gone down. Great, great, Dan Henderson. You keep telling people that are tuning into a podcast for you that you would have beat John Jones. The fuck out of here. What kind of stupid shit is that? Nobody thought you were going to beat John Jones, except for like 3 hillbillies and 2 dudes with Budweisers up top because Coors Light wouldn't pay him any money or what the fuck ever the story was. Like, I don't want to hear it, Dan Anderson. And I know I'm trolling a little bit, but like, bro, why are you even? It just seems like the dumbest argument ever at this point in time to me. To start for no reason. So, anyways, boxing. Author, artist, Arturas Hamedovs. If I butchered it, man, sorry. Um, Released a clip of him flooring Clarissa Shields in 2018 while they were sparring. He fucking dropped her too. She was looking up when the shit cut out. She claims that him and his coach took the padding out of his gloves before the sparring session. I pieced together a few interviews. So basically, what she's saying is on Monday, they sparred and she pieced him up. On Thursday, leading up to Thursday, his coach really wanted to run it back. He was bothering her basically, like, we got to do it, got to do it, got to do it. So she agreed to do it, and then she felt like they took the padding out of the gloves and cheap shotted her basically because she didn't know that that's how it was coming. I have watched the very very short little bit of footage, pretty in depth. Like, I've watched it repeated and repeated and repeated and repeated, and she was not afraid of him. So there is some validity to the fact that her story might be true. She clearly was trying to get it in on him right before she got clipped with reckless abandon, meaning that if they had sparred days before, she had probably pieced his ass up at some point, uh, which might explain why he dropped her even if he didn't pull the padding out of the gloves. She said she pulled a knife on his ass at some point, or on his manager rather. But she also claims she finished all 4 rounds with him and then got it in with her other trainers for the rest of a training session. But she got dropped. Here's what I'm gonna say. He's like 7-1 as a boxer. He's not like some super big pro. He doesn't have any notable wins. With that in mind, women boxers are probably the worst because they're way worse than women MMA fighters for thinking that they can get in the ring and box with the men. That dude is probably ranked number 800, number 1500, number 2022 or some shit in the rankings. Like, you cannot even find that guy. He's 7-1 as a pro. You cannot even find that guy in the fucking rankings. And maybe he's nice. Maybe he's nice. But, bro, these women can, and I'm not taking shots at them, but there's no comparison, bro. The goatest of goatest ass fucking women's boxers cannot beat the number 1200, bro. Like, that's not real. Usman.
Who gives a damn? She's annoying and he's a bigger vagina for fucking posting footage of him knocking down a girl. Who cares?
I think she had taken some stabs at his team or some shit, calling him dirty. Like someone else had some beef with him and she got involved because that's how she is. And then she was calling him dirty or something on the internet, so that was their reply. And then it is where it is now. Baby, you watch a lot of boxing, bro. Like, do you feel like it's even competitive watching? Like, and what I mean is, like, when we watch men's MMA and women's MMA, even in the same weight class, we know it is clearly decades apart, right? Like, clearly fucking 20 levels apart. You watch a lot of boxing, bro. Like, do you feel like the women are even on the level that the men are on with skill? Power aside, with skill.
Shit, nah. I don't know. I mean, I definitely think Clarissa Shield she can definitely beat up some of these bum niggas in boxing and shit. Like, what's that nigga name? She was definitely. Oh, shit. I think she was. Well, how much she weigh? Like 140. 145.
I think she boxes at 155, bro.
Oh, 165. Oh shit.
155,
Oh,
55,
55.
55.
Yeah, I think she will beat up. You probably don't know who this guy is. Menonot. What's his name? The dude that beat up. The guy that Conor McGregor beat up sparring when he sparred him for the
Oh,
Floyd fight.
Polly Mazza.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that
Okay,
dude.
so
Paulie Malignaggi.
Yeah, I think
Majinazi.
Clarissa will beat the fuck out of him, but you know what I'm saying?
That's insane. That's insane.
Nah, that ain't
So
insane.
okay, so the point there is for me, so you do think there are women, if the power could equate, that have the skill to compete with some of the men. Like you
Yeah,
think if the power was even, these women have the skill level that the men have. Because like in MMA, I don't see it. You know what I mean? Like we know number fucking 25 will go in there and beat the shit out of Valentina Shevchenko and Aaron Blanchfield on the same night right now. Like they'll go beat the dog fuck out of them. So like the skills aren't there. So like if you, I take your word wholeheartedly. So like, okay, so she's just running her mouth and she's basically a flyweight trying to, you know, talk shit to all the middleweights. Then I mean, if she's got the skill, I'm gonna at least give her credit on that. She is pretty convinced that she pieced him up on the Monday a few days prior. Vinny, go ahead. Nice to see you on the mic, bro.
Thank you, sir. How are you guys? Nah, man, I watch a lot of boxing, and I can tell you one thing, man. Women do not have the same skills as men do. Men are faster, men are more powerful, men are more, they have better stamina or better cardio. There's no way a woman can get in the ring with a guy and beat him up. I mean, unless this guy's gay.
Okay, so
I mean,
could could
I just said Polly, man. I ain't say nobody else that would mean
yeah.
somebody.
That's what I'm saying. I feel you. I totally understand. But so
I mean, if a
do
guy's
you
been
think the
training,
best? You think Carissa Shields, which is like one of the best women ever, you think she could even compete?
Nah, not with none of the good guys.
Oh hell no! Like
For
I
obvious
know
reasons.
them top guys,
I
not even
mean,
close.
I don't even want to sound feminist or anything like that, man. But come on, man. You know, I mean, there's no way a woman they don't, they can stay with their own sex, but there's no way they
Bro,
come
Polly
over.
get beat the fuck up by
Dude,
Clarissa
if you
Shields.
guys are trying to convince me that a professional women's fighter can beat any professional men's fighter, you are out of your goddamn mind.
That's
Polly
not.
though, Polly, he
Out
beating
of
up
your
Polly.
mind.
Nah,
There's,
I'm gonna go with baby because I hate Polly Malignaggi, and I'm gonna say that she could beat him and only him. But like other than him, I agree with you. He's the exception, though. He is definitely the exception. So yeah, that.
Hey, notice I only said him. I ain't say nobody else. So
Yeah,
let's get
I
that.
heard.
Let's make
Yeah,
that
I
clear.
got you. I'm not even mad at you. I totally get it. That's why I'm saying I'm backing you on that one. Usman and then Connor Jack.
I mean, I think it all depends on what you mean by professional boxer. I could fucking go get licensed and get paid $50 to go fight in a boxing ring, and I'm a fucking professional boxer
Do you think
by
she
fucking.
compete with someone ranked in the top 1,000?
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Because Vinny was talking about speed, athleticism, power, stamina. Taking all that stuff aside, we're talking about
Skills.
basically pound for pound skills, because that's what we're talking about, skills, not the body, not the differences between men and women. If you're looking at what her skills are versus another man, depending on what their skills are, I do think she can be a low level boxer that is a
Let me do you like this.
professional. I honestly think y'all are reaching with the Paulie Malignaggi thing. I'm not in depth of into boxing as much as Baby is. But Paulie was a fucking champion. I mean, I know he's
So
also
on
a smaller
skill,
guy.
Usman. So on skill, could she beat a top 1,000 guy? Yeah or nay?
I think we're taking away the men versus women thing.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
talking about
Skills.
skills for sure,
Top
especially
500.
Man, Clarissa Shield beat up Conor McGregor in a boxing match. Shit, I said it.
Yeah, I mean he's too big, but skill for skill probably. So I'll be honest. I think skill for skill. Um, I think that they're probably pretty close. I think that women are very, very fast. It's proven that they're much faster than men. They have way faster response time, which means they have way better head movement. Like there's things that naturally women would be better at in the sport of boxing than men. Like, and there's just no way to deny it. Like, if you want to know where the best reaction times in all of drag racing are, women. That's why men teach their daughters to race, not their sons. They teach their sons to build the cars and their daughters to drive them because they're better at it. They react faster than we do. There's nothing we can do to change that. So, like, I know there's got to be aspects where it's much tighter to fight a woman than it is a man, but like Vinny was saying, just like some physical attributes aren't going to overweigh, but skill for skill, I feel like women boxers are much closer than women MMA fighters are to the men. Connor J, go ahead.
Yeah, I guess if we are stripping like the physical attributes from a man to a woman, then and just talking about skill, then yeah, I think that they could, be compared because then we're just talking about skill and that's something you can work on. Uh, but I just can't wrap my head around the whole Paul Mala analogy. Like she would beat him. If you guys don't like him and you're just kind of memeing on him, that's funny. But he would
I am.
like
I
he was
am.
he. That's fair. If you're sort of like having a laugh, that's something else.
I
But
don't
like he
really
was like a
believe
really
that
good
shit though.
fighter at his,
I
huh?
really believe it. I really believe that shit though. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey,
Like
baby, let me
Polly
ask you.
That's crazy.
Malignaggi
No, no, no.
That's
2023.
insane.
Hold up. This is how we'll find out how confident baby is. Would you put 10K on it?
On God, I would.
Yeah,
No
right.
way.
Bullshit. You're so
No
Go
full of
way.
shit.
Listen,
That's
we've seen a lot
crazy.
of 10K slips out of baby. Don't doubt his ass. Anyway, go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, I just honestly that part is crazy to me. I think there are really good like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor have been big in the boxing scene as of late. They're doing really well. So there are good women boxers, obviously. Um, and if it's just skill for skill, they are on the they can be on the level of other guys. But saying like they would beat them is I don't really know how true that is, but that's just my opinion.
I just, I only brought it up because they're going pretty hard right now. Them two camps they're going pretty hard at it right now, and Clarissa Shields is trying to recruit some of the top male fighters to beat their ass. She's like, I know I get Devin Haney to beat your ass. She is
Man,
not. She is pissed, bro.
I
She's
was
fucking
gonna
heated.
say, like, to put all this shit to rest, hasn't Clarissa been posting footage of her putting an ass whooping on some dudes and sparring? Like, I
Yeah, a
know
bunch
that.
of them.
Yeah, yeah. So, like, she's good. I mean, she's a fucking champion. She calls herself the GOAT for a reason. But like also we don't know what level exactly these people that she's whooping ass and sparring is. Cause shit, I know I get in there. Clarissa Shields is gonna put an ass whooping on me. I'm gonna get mine in, but she ain't gonna whoop my ass.
You ain't gonna get shit in, dog.
Nah, dog.
Let's be
You don't
clear,
know me,
bro. You
baby. I'm
get
in there. You might have to
none,
throw
He
five
said you
thousand on
won't
me.
get
Live
shit
bet.
in.
none,
Hey, live
none.
bet it, baby. Live bet it. You might have to get 5,000 in on me.
I would
I'll
live
give her
bet
that
you
one
can't
too.
hit her twice. I would live bet. I would pre-bet you can't hit her twice, and live bet you can't hit her once. The fuck out of
Look.
here.
Here's
I'm
the
dying
fix.
right
Here's the
now.
fix. I'm gonna give her the first 2 rounds, but then I'm gonna start sticking that jab.
You'll be fucking sleeping if you give her a round. You what?
Usman, how tall are you?
Hey, why the fuck it get so quiet, man? Jeez, fucking somebody hit that mute button.
How
What the
tall
fuck's
are
going
you,
on?
bro?
Man, shit, you put me in some
4'9",
cowboy
4'9",
boots. Put me in some cowboy boots. I'm right. I'm right there, dog. I'm right there.
4'9".
Right where, bro? You lucky. You
Five
think
five.
5 inches.
I'm a
he's
good.
probably 6'3"? You guys know what the MMA guru did, right?
No, what do you do?
Oh, bro. So that dude that runs the channel, the MMA guru, he, people been trolling him that he ain't shit. He's a fat fuck and he runs his mouth. And Ian Gary was talking shit about how he was going to beat his ass. So he was like, oh, well, I'm going to go do a live interview with Dracus Duplessis. Bro, he made Dracus Duplessis look like a small man. The guru's like 6'6", probably fucking 300 pounds. He's like an NFL linebacker. I'm not kidding. He's like a legit NFL fucking linebacker.
Sitting at a tiny ass computer.
Yeah, bro. That's so he's been zoomed in with his hat on and shit, I guess, so nobody would recognize him or whatever, bro. Now he's not. Now if you see him, I don't watch him much, but he's on my feed all the time. Now if you see him, he's just got his hair out and shit. But like he talks shit about some fighters and Ian Gary's like, I'm gonna sue you. And then, everybody's like, he beats your ass. So then all of a sudden he takes a picture next to Dracus and bro, he makes Dracus look small. Like he makes Dracus look like a small man. So I'm sure that he would snap Ian Gary's fucking neck, like regardless of any of that shit. I was just and I'm pretty sure I don't know his name, but I seen some people talking about it in the chat that he's an actual linebacker, like he's an actual NFL fucking linebacker. Apparently, I don't know if that's true, but some people were saying the name. I'll try to find it. You guys know all the football motherfuckers. I'll find it and post it to you guys. You can
Hey, I
tell me.
just looked up Clarissa Shields' height. It's gonna be a tough fight, guys. Bet goes the distance.
Bro,
But
you funny as hell.
but how tall is she? Wait a minute. How tall is she?
She's 5'8".
He said I'm fucked. Oh man. Okay. So there's that. All right. Relevant to us MMA guys. This is like it. I'm tapering out, boys. I got two little topics here. So Francis Ngannou. No. Eddie
Hey, hold
Hearn.
on, Joe. Hey, hold on, Joe. So everybody, y'all already went through the fight card or something, right?
No, we do the card on Friday now. We do it 10 p.m. on Friday. We go through bets, picks, everything on Friday.
Okay, I've been MIA. You know what I'm saying? Cause
We know.
dealing with my daughter and having a girlfriend, man, this shit be hard to balance and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? And trying to lock in with these bets. So my mind just been everywhere
We see the slips though, bro. We still love you. You still
right
got a
now.
home
I'm out of
here.
here. My shit cut off. She called me right now. I gotta bounce, y'all. I'm gonna holler. Yeah.
Later on,
All
bro.
right.
Baby said y'all ain't breaking down fights. I'm fucking out. Eddie Hearn says he recently reached out to Francis Ngannou's team about an Anthony Josh fight. Never heard back. His quote was, I reached out to Francis Ngannou's team and I said, just to let you know, we're up for discussing the Francis Ngannou versus AJ fight. I never heard back from them, he told the MMA Hour. So I think probably knowing the business, I would say that probably Fury Ngannou is almost probably agreed to post-fight or post-Fury Usyk. Um, so he's implying that they're going to run it back after Fury beats Usyk. I think Fury takes the fight serious, and it looks much different if they do that. I would really like any comments or everybody's comments on that. But Usman, go ahead.
Who released the info that they were in talks and nothing happened?
Eddie Hearn said that he believes that. Um, so Eddie Hearn said he reached out about getting because he's AJ's manager. So said he reached out to Francis's team and Francis never responded. So he thinks because he knows the business and that's what he said, he thinks that Ngannou Fury 2 is already agreed to for post Fury Usyk. Did I say all that right?
Yeah, it sounds like you said it all right. Okay, yeah, because I was gonna say, I think all that means, or what it's telling me, but since it's Eddie Hearns, what I was gonna say was it seems like Eddie Hearns is not seeing the money and actually making that fight. But since it was Eddie Hearns that's saying that, I got nothing.
So here's how I feel. He would have to take an actual offer based on what Francis and AJ could sell, not based on what the Sultans in Abu Dhabi are willing to pay to see that fight live. Because that's what happened. That last fight got paid by Saudi Arabia or wherever they were, very publicly. That's the card didn't make any money. Um, so Eddie Hearn is not going to do that. Eddie Hearn is going to put together cards that make money. And I think if Ngannou had to entertain an offer from Eddie Hearn, it is probably closer to $4 or $8 million, somewhere in between there. That would be my guess, and that's probably being very generous, saying between 4 and 8 million. It's probably way closer to 4 or 5 million. So I would assume that Ngannou's team knows that, and I would assume that they also realize that they don't have huge value in boxing, um, unless you're boxing for the belt. Unless he's fighting Tyson Fury, there's probably just not a lot of value there. Like, we would tune in to see it, but I don't feel like the boxing world would tune in to see AJ versus Francis Ngannou. I could be wrong. I don't feel like they would. And last thing I got, California's athletics state. Wait, the California State Athletic Commission has approved Power Slap for additional revenue after controversial CTE docs insist there are no red flags. That is the headline I took, I believe, from MMA Mania. So they're citing the fact that Power Slap just got approved, and in the recommendation it says adding Power Slap to the commission's portfolio in combative sporting events it regulates would provide additional revenue, at the same time provide additional platform for the combative sport participants at a high level events. Um, I agree. I agree with MMA Mania or Bloody Elbow, whoever said it, that the only thing that really matters there is it would provide additional revenue. Um, Yep, that's what I think, and that's my thought on it. Anybody got any thoughts on it? Because that's all I got for the night.
God damn, who wants to get slapped in fucking California? You're already getting paid 2,000. Fucking, you're gonna take home 800.
If you're lucky, bro. If you're lucky. You want to know the real bitch? So, unless something has changed, when you okay, so the UFC is probably 1099ing them, but so I don't know how it would work. But if you work in Ohio, right? And you live in Michigan, you have to file Ohio state taxes. Then you have to also claim that money to Michigan and claim Michigan state tax. How you like that shit? If you live in the city of Detroit, there's a separate tax. It's called the city tax. They still have that fucking tax to this day. It's an additional tax on your paycheck that the residents of the city of Detroit have to pay to the city of Detroit. If you do not live in the city of Detroit, but you work in the city of Detroit, you have to pay that tax. If you live in the city of Detroit, but you do not work in the city of Detroit, you have to pay that tax. Um, so knowing all those stupid little tax laws I know and how all that shit works, bro, I fuck, bro, they might not get $800 out of 2Gs, Usman, and I'm not being funny, bro. By the time the taxes are fucking filed, they might not get it. Like, that shit is crazy, but bro, I mean, they probably would get 800, but it probably wouldn't be much more than that. Fuck. And how long you guys think it is before the power slap dudes start getting paid?
They ain't getting paid for a long fucking time, man. I was gonna say, fucking, y'all know back in the day when y'all were in like middle school and shit, and all the guys would go ahead and go into the restroom and be like, "Hey, yo, come on, let's do no face shots or let's do some slap boxing." It's gonna be like that for a long fucking time for these fucking idiots that are going out there to get slapped for no money. Cause I'll say I never went in there and said, "Yeah, punch me for fun." Fuck no, man. You want to fight? Fucking fight. I'm not gonna get fucking punched and slapped for fun. This is some dumb shit.
Bro, it took like 20 years for MMA to get like legitimately recognized as a sport. And there actually is like an art to fighting, you know what I mean? So knowing that, how long do you think it's going to take for some fucking idiots to slap each other to be taken seriously?
Yeah, so here's my thought on it, right? How many pay-per-views, because it might not be these guys, right? I'm just trying to explain my point. Okay, so like we don't have to debate about these two guys, but how many pay-per-views does Connor versus Jorge sell in a slap contest? Because MMA community can talk all the shit they want, but the media is starting to change their tune towards it because they're going to the live events and they're enjoying it. And MMA fighters are starting to talk about it. I can't remember who it is. I'm so pissed. One of the MMA fighters just yelled out, "Dana White, put me in slap." Uh, like, once MMA fighters start crossing over, then you're also going to see boxers start coming in, and they won't be. It won't be fucking Manny Pacquiao. It'll be, you know, a lower level guy, but once Dana White can lure some athletes into doing it post career, which probably takes a few years, I think I think it has credibility as soon as that happens in fans' eyes. Not even that those guys are the best slappers, just that if Conor McGregor's doing it and Jorge Masvidal's doing it and Clarissa Shields is doing it, and you know what I'm saying? Like, if he can draw the right athletes, the original, I don't know if he didn't want to put the money out or what, but originally he was supposed to have some professional football players on there and shit. I don't know how
Joe,
all that fucking.
Joe, have you seen Taken?
No,
You've never seen Taken?
no, what's that?
Well, okay, well, you killed the reference, but I just wanted to say good luck with that.
It'll come.
What's up?
I've seen Taken and I don't understand that.
What's happening, Average Avenues?
What's good?
How you been, bud?
I'm alive still.
That's good to see. I tried to send an invite last couple of weeks and said the account don't exist.
Yeah, life, man.
That's fair. All right, boys. So you came at the end, Average. That's it. So, a couple things to remember for this weekend's card. Chael Sonnen says Jason Jackson knocked Ian Gary out in sparring. Bilal is a backup fighter on 8 days' notice. Giga is out. Emmett got that short notice deal with Bryce. Henry Hooft will not be in Luke's corner because he's a stand-up dude and he has trained Ian Gary. But that don't mean that he didn't help Luque plan for Ian Gary. Short of that, anybody in here has already heard it 100 times, but in case anybody re-listens or listens to the YouTube, capmma.com. It's the best parlay tool on the internet. You have to turn the parlay on, and then you have to turn compare on. It's a very, very handy tool. So that's all I got for tonight. Andrew, even anybody on the mic, Usman, Dead Picks, you guys know you. Anybody got anything they want to hit? Because if not, I'm done.
No, just check out the website. It's a passion project, man. It's a project of love. Joe puts a lot of time and money into this, and we're really trying to get this bitch up and running. So it's free. There's no ads. There's no scams. There's no trackers. There's nothing like that. All you gotta do is just check it out. CapMMA.com. Fuck with us.
You ain't even got to sign up. It's so free, you don't even got to fucking sign up. If you do sign up, if you hit the little sign up button, it does nothing for you. There's not even, don't even fucking bother. It's really just for us, for me, when I'm working on the site, make my life easier. It does fucking nothing. Maybe one day it will, but yeah, it just don't right now. Anyway, that's all I got. Save, close, space is done. Close. This, the odds cap.